Hi, I'm Joseph Phillips. I'm the Director of Education for Instructing.com, and I want to talk to you today about a topic that I get questions on all the time, and that's how do I earn the PMP? Now, chances are you already know what it takes to qualify for the PMP, but let's just be clear. You have to start with either you have a degree or you don't have a degree, because there's two different paths to get to take that certification exam. With a degree, you have to have 36 unique months of project management experience. Now, without a degree, you have to have 60 months of project management experience. So a little bit more stringent without a degree. Now, both candidate types must complete 35 hours of project management education. And that's what I do. I teach project management. Let's take a little bit more in-depth look at what it takes to pass, not just take your exam. So you want to pass the PMP. The first thing you need to do is to go out to pmi.org and complete the application online. It is an intensive process, and it might take you a week or several hours, depending on how organized you are when you go in to document your experience. The good news is you can start and save your progress as you work through the application. Now, one of the things that you want to do once your application is approved is schedule your exam. You can take your exam online with the remote proctor, or you can go in person and take your exam. But you have a 1-year window from the approval date to your exam date when you can go in and pass your exam. So don't take too long. I've met lots of people that make the mistake of getting approved and then they allow that window to expire because of fear or anxiety or procrastination. Don't let that be you. The next thing you want to do is also on PMI's website is to read the exam content outline. This is a PDF document you can download, and it will show you everything you must know as you go in to pass your test. And then you also want to read the PMP handbook. That will just give you some insight and answer a lot of questions and save you some time as you prepare to pass. Now, once you start the actual exam, you'll have 230 minutes to answer 180 questions. Now, as you answer those questions, you can move forwards and backwards and mark questions for review, but any question that you leave blank will be wrong. So don't leave any questions blank. You will have up to 2 10-minute breaks during that exam process. If you're taking a paper-based exam, in some parts of the world, you do a paper-based rather than online or at a testing center, there are no scheduled breaks. You can take a break, but the timer keeps running during the exam. Now let's look at the very specific things you'll be tested on your PMP exam. There are just 3 domains that you need to be skilled in for your PMP exam. We have people, processes, and the business environment. With people, this represents 42% of your exam, so roughly 75 questions on your exam. With processes, this is half of your exam, so you're going to have 90 questions just on project management processes. And then we have the business environment, just 8% of your exam, so about 15 questions you can expect. Your exam is really broken into 2 big chunks in addition to those 3 domains. About half of your exam will be on predictive or traditional project management, what you might have in a waterfall environment or where they're very clean phases and you do lots of advanced planning because you're predicting. The other half of your exam will be an Agile or hybrid. This is where you're going to encounter terms and management frameworks like Scrum and XP and Crystal or DSDM. So even if you aren't experienced in those approaches, you'll still need to be familiar with those in order to pass. So that's about 50% of your exam. Now, a hybrid is where we take a blend of predictive and agile. We use the best of both worlds. So be prepared, don't be surprised when you see that on your exam. And of course, that's something that I cover in depth in my PMP exam prep seminars. The number one thing that you can do to pass your exam begins here, and that's having a positive mental attitude. And that is, you're not taking the exam, you're going to pass the exam. I really believe there's a big difference between preparing to take and preparing to pass. And so you want to prepare to pass. Begin with that positive mental attitude. If other people have done this, then you can do it too. So be positive. Know that you can accomplish this. Keep the mindset that luck is for the ill-prepared. I won't wish you good luck. I want to have you keep moving forward. Thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to more questions and comments as you work forward in your project management career.